Welcome to Reading with Pina. Today's book is The Camel Fair by Wendy Cooling. The Camel Fair, written by Wendy Cooling. Dear Lee, I'm on holiday in India, visiting Dad's family, and it's really exciting. I hope you got my postcard from Red Fort from Delhi. Delhi is two cities in one. New and old Delhi. Old Delhi is amazing, with people, animals, and bazaars, and crammed into the narrow streets. New Delhi has a lot of big buildings and open spaces. We stayed in New Delhi with Dad's family for a week, but then we traveled to Pushkar in Rajasthan to see the camel fair. There are a lot of things to buy in old Delhi bazaar.
Yes.
Journey to Pushkar. The Pushkar Camel Fair is very famous. People come long distances to buy and sell camels, but they also come to enjoy themselves. In restaurants, camels are very important, especially from people who live for people who live in the desert and in villages. People use camels to get themselves and their things from places to place. They drink camel milk, and camel hair is used to make rugs, tents, and clothing. Even camel dung is collected, dried, and sold as fuel cooking fires.
For cooking fires. Even camel dung.
To get to Pushkar, we had to drive along a huge main road. I couldn't believe it when we saw camel carts coming along towards us on the wrong side of the road. This was so that they could turn off into
villages
rather than drive to the next exit. It wasn't quite scary at first. Then we saw the tiny town of Pushkar, right on the edge of the desert. The Thar Desert. The Thar Desert is also called Great India Desert. It's huge, about 800 kilometers long and 480 kilometers wide. The biggest part is Rajasthan. It was rolling sand dunes that look like yellow sand dunes. Look like yellow snow drifts. It has lots of small bushes and trees with leaves that grow almost to the ground, so camels can graze on them. Many people live in the desert. Some live in tiny villages with cool mud huts. Other in large villages with hot brick houses. The people houses nomads travel from place to place. The people grow crops using water from wells and from a canal. Pushka, the holy place. Pushka is a holy place for Hindus.
Hindus.
They say
Bless you. Bless you.
they say that Lord Brahma dropped a lotus flower from the sky into the desert. Water appeared as if by magic, and a beautiful lake was formed. Temples were built around the lake, and then the little town of Pushka grew up. Hindus come from blessing. Hindus come from over to make puja here. It's a ridiculous religious building. Blessing. In Pushka, when you make puja, you drop rose petals into the water. When you've done your pushka, the priest ties an orange thread around your wrist. You're supposed to keep this until it wears out and falls off. These people are waiting to enter a temple.
Yes.
The camel fair is held on the sand dunes and just outside the little town of Pushka. It lasts for 10 days. About 200,000 people visit. There isn't room for everyone to stay in the town, so we stayed in a city of tents called Desert Camp. There were rows and rows of orange and white striped tents. Some of them were big enough for 60 people to sleep in. Our tent was only for 4 people. It was cozy, but the beds were just boards and were very hard. At the camel fair. Each day the camel fair are camels auctions where traders buy and sell camels. There are camel shows and camel races too. The camels are decorated and look quite amazing. They wear necklaces of tiny tinsels and flowers, and some of them are painted with beautiful patterns in henna.
It's just like tattoo henna.
There are rows
and
rows for stores nearby selling bells, ribbons, and other decorations just for the camels.
Yes. See, with bell. Like this thing. Just for the camels. Yes.
Camel facts. Camels are very strong. Mammals with wide, painted feet. They have bushy eyebrows and have bushy and have long eyelashes to protect their eyes from desert sand. A camel with one hump is called a dromedary. Or Arabian camel. A camel with 2 humps
is called Bactrian camel.
Bactrian camel. The white Bactrian camel is an endangered species. A camel's hump contains fat, not water, and the camel can go without food and water for 3 or 4 days. And Arabian camel. Two-toed feet with feathery leathery pads. A fat-filled hump. Long eyelashes and bushy eyebrows. Long tail. Large nostrils and that can open and close. A thick shaggy fur. A Bactrian camel. All the colors of the fair are around. There are women and girls in sets of sari of the brightest colors. If you ever seen, some wear swing, but bright gekara skirts and tie-dye blouses glittering with silver tinsel and silver jewelry. Many men and boys wear bright turbans and dress in white. There are pilgrims dressed in orange with bows, sticks and villagers, tribal people from the desert, and masses of tourists. Some of the pilgrims have walked from months across India to get here for festival and the fair.
Next, almost done. Come on.
Camel racings. The camel at the fair are usually work animals, but at the camel races, they are treated like racing horses. The owners decorate and groom them, and then they race. It's very noisy when the crowd shouting at the camels they want to win, and the riders shouting at the camels to go faster. There aren't any stirrups, and the riders have to be very careful not to fall off. Some of them wrap one leg around the camel's neck and to stay on. Camel runs neck to help them neck to stay on. Camel runs in a very odd loppy sort of a way. It's not like a gallop, just high speed trot. Getting on a camel. The camel the camel's kneels down. You climb on its back, just behind the hump. The camel gets up and jogs its head and long neck forward. You must hold on very tight, otherwise you shoot over its head. Don't get dizzy! The camel is standing up. You are a long way from the ground. The camel sways as it walks. It's quite nice when you get to use it.
Get used to it.
Camel moods. Camels aren't the bad-tempered creatures that people say. Sometimes they kick and spit, but they are also very patient and intelligent. They grunt and bellow when they have to stand up, caroling, sometimes heavy, just like a weightlifter does on a competition. Grrr! In a competition. Grrr! This is heavy. Food and drink. At Camel Fair, there are stalls, everything selling bracelets, clothes, souvenir bags, and of course food. Meat is forbidden in this holy place. Even eggs aren't allowed because they might hatch. So all the delicious things on the stalls are made from vegetables, grains, or fruit. Everyone drinks chai, a kind of very sweet tea. It's made by boiling heavily spiced tea in water with sweetened milk. The nomadic camel traders from the desert like to bargain over a cup of chai. The camel have to eat and drink as well. There are heaps of camel feed from them at the edge of the fairground. My favorite pushka menu: lunch, breakfast, dal and chapatias, lentils with pancakes, and a cup of chai. Lunch: samosas, little pastry triangles filled with vegetables, pakola, potato, and Spanish cakes. Lassi, a yogurt drink. Dinner: vegetable thali, small tastes of different
food.
I like the dosas
and
sabzi best. A mango, a sweet, and a juicy orange-colored fruit.
Good.
Sunset at Pushka. The sunsets are at
sunset.
There are campfires everywhere. The sound of temple bells and drums drift across from the town, and there music of all kinds. The camel look wonderful as the sun sets. The Ferris wheels and roundabout start. There open air theater and dancing, and no one wants the evening to end.
So much fun.
Down by the lake, when it gets dark, people float tiny clay lamps on leaf boats so that water lifts it up by these bubbling lights. It's magical. The town is a mass of lights and colors. At night, and the streets are full of people eating and having fun.
Nice. Just like ลอยกระทง
The last day. My last day, and I've seen some baby camels. They're so sweet. Baby camels. Baby camels are often born white. Baby males are called bull calves. Baby females are called heifers. Now we must drive back to Delhi and Delhi, making a wish to come back. I won't forget the Pashka Camel Fair ever. Love you, your best friend, Sarina.
Selena. Glossary? Can you read glossary, please?
Glossary. Actions.
Auction.
Auctions. Something is
When
something is sold to the person who offers the most money to buy bargain to buy something for the best price. Bazaars, street of smart stores. Dozers, pancakes made from lentil flour. Dung, manure or animal droppings, a type of endangered species. A type of animal at serious risk of being extinct. Grahar. Extinct.
Extinct, just like dinosaur. Becoming extinct.
Gagara. A floating skirt worn by Rajasthani women. Henna. A red dish dye made from powdered leaf of the plant. The henna plant. Nominating. Moving from place to place to find food and water. Puja. Hindus blessing. Sabzi. Curried vegetables. Souvenir. Gifts that remind you of somewhere, some stores. Somewhere to sell things from, like in a market. Stirrups. Metal loops through which riders put their feet. Bye. See you on the next book.
Do you want to read blurb?
And this is the blurb. Delhi. I'm on holiday in India visiting Dad's family. I went to Pashka Camel Fair, which was so exciting. I saw camels being decorated in bright colors and watched amazing camel races. I can't wait to tell you about it. Love from Sarina.
Selena.
Bye. See you at the next video.